Hello, everyone. So this is the first of a few videos that I'm going to talk about the summary response essay. This is the second model essay that I gave you. So in the handout that I gave you of 3 essays, this is the second one, and it starts on page 5. So I know you'll figure that out, no problem. So first of all, generally, the summary response essay. The summary response essay is just an academic or college way of asking students to share your opinion about an academic topic. And although this topic might not seem so academic, it is engaging in an academic, well-organized response and backing it up with personal examples and other examples from the text is the same kind of academic exercise you'll have to do over and over as you continue. So really a summary response is just to summarize and say, this is what I read, and to briefly say from the beginning to the end what you read, and then to evaluate it, to say this was effective for me and this wasn't for me. And your opinion is valued here. So I want to hear your opinion. I want to hear I statements, right? So for me, and personal examples when you feel they're appropriate. So in this video, I just want to say that the most important thing in a summary response is to answer the question. So what I want to show in this first video is how the author stays focused on the question. So your question is summarize the reading and then tell me how he writes the chapter and why he writes the chapter. So there should be 3 main parts: the summary, how he wrote the chapter and if that's effective or not effective, and why he wrote the chapter and if that's effective or not effective. So I want to look at this particular essay to show how focused the author is just on that. The way that we stay focused isn't random, so it shouldn't happen anywhere. It should happen in your thesis and topic sentences. So I'll just scroll here. So this is the beginning. So notice that the beginning is a hook. There's no thesis here. Then the author has a nice short summary. It's half a page. This is appropriate. But there's no thesis here. The author waits until the 3rd paragraph to write this thesis statement. And it's not only 1 sentence, it's actually 4 or 5. This might be a little long for the thesis statement, but you've got 4 pages, so why not discuss the thesis statement? So this is a good example that you don't have to have a thesis statement that's only 1 sentence. Also, so it's bolded because it's the thesis. And then the topic sentences are also bolded too. But I've highlighted words in the thesis that the author will repeat in their topic sentences. So here there's 2 things that the author is going to repeat, and they miss 1. So the first thing is repetition and balance. So the first topic sentence, David has very clear organization. So we have the summary, and now we have a how. So an organization is how he writes the chapter. So David has very clear organization for this chapter, which are repetition and balance. So the author is going to first talk about repetition. The next paragraph, it's again about organization. Notice the repetition of this word. Another organization of this chapter is balance. So still doing how. Goggins mentions failure at the beginning of the chapter, and he closes it with success. So this is discussing balance, also how. The next paragraph, so this is also talking about how, but it was missed in the thesis. A perfect thesis would have this in it as well, but that's fine. It's still very strong. So the topic sentence, again, talks about how, talks about tone, and then changes from the general idea of tone to specific adjectives. What kind of tone? And then switches to motivation. So motivation is also part of the thesis, right? Encourage others is a synonym for motivate. So this is just a short video showing how organized and focused on the question is in the thesis and topic sentences.